Going on, everybody? This is Lando Success, and I have a special guest here today, Miss Lenise. How you doing?
I'm good.
Perfect. How your day been going so far?
Lots of work, but I'm still good. Everything's getting handled.
Good. How was your holidays?
Oh, that was really good. Minus my son having me watch him play 2K19.
Hey, man, do you know how to play 2K19?
I don't know anything about playing any type of video games, but I sit and watch him because that's what he wants.
Is it good? Do we at least win?
Because he cheats. He creates all these players and do his little thing and have at it.
That is funny. That's funny. All right, so currently right now, who do you work with?
Spirit Airlines.
And how long you been with Spirit?
It'll be 2 years in April.
Now, since I know you for a lot of years, I can't even think, it's probably been 5, 6 plus years. And you've been in the game for a while. How long overall you been in the airline industry in total?
January the 21st will make 8 years altogether.
8 years. Wow. So, originally, what did you do before becoming a flight attendant?
I worked in the hospital at UAB. I was a patient observer, so I would watch patients that were on suicide watch, psychiatric or fall risk, making sure they were okay.
Wow. Oh, that's a unique that is a unique job. You don't hear nobody doing stuff like that. So I know you had a lot of unique and crazy stories and a lot of contact with the patients. Now, what's some interesting things you learned working there?
It definitely helped with my patience, like having a tolerance for people. It taught me how not to react without thinking the what if, and just taught me how to look at other things from other people's perspective instead of just assuming or, thinking, oh, they're crazy or they're wrong or something like that. So it really was good experience.
Oh, wow. Because like right now, mental health is like the biggest issue everybody talk about. And so you was hip on that. You was hip on that a decade ago and seen it firsthand. Now, what made you switch over to the airline industry?
I actually became a flight attendant because I was running from a relationship.
You was running from a relationship, meaning?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
I was in an abusive relationship with my son's dad, and it got to the point where my mom said, you need to figure something out because he's going to kill you if you stay here. And I decided to go to school, and one of my friends was going to a interview with Mesa, and she wanted me to come for more support. Long story short, I got the job and she didn't.
What's the odds of that?
Yeah, they talked me into it, and she was just like, just put me on your benefits because I didn't get it. I'll still be able to fly with you. So that's what happened.
Wow. So now I just completed a book that just came out, Against All Odds, and it was about my process of becoming a flight attendant and the adversity I had to go through. So did you have to go through any adversity to get with Mesa or after that? Because I know you'll get in the game. Since I know her for a while, she would get with this airline, like, I'm done with the industry. Then she'd come back and be like, I'm done with the industry. And I remember telling her verbatim, like, you'll be back. She's like, no, I'm done. I'm like, bro, you'll be back. Just call me when you come back. A year later, you was right. Yep. So did you have to go through any of those obstacles or, adversity with getting hired with the airline?
I definitely did. My most challenging part has always been, when you're doing the interview and they just slide you this piece of paper, like you don't know you're about to read an announcement. But they hand you the announcement to see how you're going to read it. And I've always had an issue with having a really light, timid voice. So when they handed it to me, I didn't know at the time that they were looking to see how well you project project your voice, how well you enunciate words, and how you're able to speak distinctly when you're saying those announcements. So I always had the issue with all three because although I knew what I was saying, they didn't know what I was saying. So it was almost like everything I said lacked confidence. Right, and actually with my second airline, I can remember I did everything to finish training. The last day, I almost got sent home because doing those door pulls, I got everything right on the physical aspect, but verbally, they told me we don't feel a sense of urgency in your voice. You're not loud enough. And I literally got down to my third strike, and they were like, we're going to give you a break so you can go and get it together. I left out, drank 2 cups of iced coffee, and went back in and yelled like never before.
Wow, was it that hard? Was it that hard for you to like yell, or is it because it's just you have a natural soft voice?
Right, and that was my issue. Like, nothing I said was being able to be understood, and they're like, how can we put you on a plane and know that you're going to be able to scream these drills when it's time? I remembered them, but as far as being able to shout them, I was horrible. It's like I completely lacked confidence in.
All you had to do is imagine you was yelling at your son or the son fiver. That would have got you. That would have put some bass in that voice.
It's like when the pressure is on, all of that go out the window, and you're like, okay, it's either do or die. How I'm gonna do this?
And that's real. So that's good to know you go through that, because on this platform, when the way I like to do it, when I interview flight attendants, I like flight attendants that is doing something in life, that have a business, have something they can promote that's moving forward in life. And I talked to you before, and we talked for a while about it. You say the reason you got in the airline industry was because you was running from your son's father, and that actually gave you the motivation and the vision to start a business or a company, correct? So tell us about that. How did the process start?
Okay, well, my business is called Love Me Enough to Leave. It is a nonprofit organization that focuses primarily on the emergency placement and the restoration process of those that are going through domestic violence cases. It came about because I've been in my own situations dealing with domestic violence, but in 2016, my stepmom took my dad's life. And that just took it to another level for me when it came to wanting to be an advocate for domestic violence and raising awareness. And knowing everything my dad went through, like he tried to get away, he didn't have help, there weren't necessary, things in place to help him get out of that. And, I know a lot of people will say, oh, men don't get abused and things like that. That is like one of the biggest myths.
Yeah, that's the immediate reaction. As a man, you think like, hold on, a man was being verbally or physically abused, but knowing where it went all the way where he got killed on it, like that's real life. So
exactly, and it took a really intense healing process, and for me to be able to position myself to say, okay, what was I supposed to learn from this? And when I started learning how to look at things through another perspective as far as like, this isn't implemented because it hasn't been a need for it. So I basically created a 7-step program to help people get out of domestic violence, regain their independency, and move forward in life. It's a lot of extreme work, and it requires a lot of working on self, because it made me aware that when I was okay with being in relationships where I was being abused, it was because I never held the other person accountable, and I never held myself accountable, as well as I never honored how I felt. I would just say, okay, you know what, I'm supposed to do this, and I'm supposed to be this type of person, so I'm just going to give up my voice to make sure this person feels content with who they are. You know, it's like I would lose myself in those situations. So after I did a lot of work on myself to break away from it, I was able to create a program and help other people lead to their healing and getting out of a situation that they may be in.
And that is so amazing. And one question I have for you is, when you're in that situation and somebody outside in, I never been in an abusive relationship, I never did any of that. So when I see a strong woman that I personally know, or others that are in abusive relationships, got men beating on them or vice versa, I'm like, why don't you just leave? Like, why don't you just leave, get out of that situation? And can you elaborate, like, the mindset? Because people on the outside in, they don't understand it. And also, like what you said, my stepmom, I seen it firsthand because she got killed by her boyfriend. So, and then she was in a physical, abusive relationship. So I also can relate with it. But for the people that have that type of mindset, like, just get out of it, because for years I had that mindset, like, just leave.
Right. Well, that's honestly the number one question that people ask. So why can't you just leave? There's many reasons. Like, one may feel like this is financial stability. Oh, my kids are stable. This is the only person that I have. Like, I'll have to go through too much starting over. When a person is able to gain control of your mental state, they can gain access to any part of you. And with that mindset that, like, I'm not going to be able to do this, or I can't do this, or with that certain level of being comfortable, nobody is able to remove themselves out of that unless they know they have a strong support system behind them 100% of the way. And a lot of people will feel ashamed to admit that they let someone hurt them. And there's a lot of victim bashing that goes on, like, oh, you could have done this or you could have done that. For one, people can't help who they love, and a person, you will see the beauty in a person after they've hurt you over and over again, not understanding that they're not loving you at the best that you can be loved. I think I said that clear enough. A person who seeks to gain control over you will they will isolate you from family, friends, and have you alone, feeling like they are all you have. And you don't want to be in a position of not having anybody to help you, so they will make it seem like they're helping you enough for you to not go anywhere.
Now, for you to leave, because you had said your mom was like, if you don't leave, he's going to kill you. Was that a moment that kind of woke you up, or she kept on regurgitating it over and over and you finally got it, or was it an instance where y'all got into it and you just like, I can't do this? What was the initial step for you?
He hit me in front of my son. He literally wanted to fight in front of my son, and I'm a real parent. And I strongly believe the things you allow and the people you allow in your kids' life will affect who they become. When he hit me in front of my son, all I can think about is, I gotta be here for my baby. My son can't see this, and he cannot think that this is okay. So when my mom said, he's gonna kill you, it was only more confirmation to me that I need to make a change, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to see my son when it's time for him to graduate college and, live his life. And I want to be here for that. But I want to make one more point with that, though, because, see, this is a cycle that I found myself in. I was in that abusive relationship. I left it and got into another abusive relationship.
Wow.
And I want to be able to say, because just because another person loves you differently but still makes you feel a certain way doesn't mean that's where you belong. So just because you leave one relationship where you're being physically abused doesn't mean mental abuse is tolerable, because that person, the new person, isn't putting their hands on you. Abuse is still abuse across the board.
So this is deep. So we're about to get deep here, because I have heard this time over and over again, where you would be dating, like we all heard it, where or have those friends that would date one person, get out the relationship, and date the exact same person. I will use an example where myself and my friends will always have conversations of a different woman we'd date, and I will see the cycle of certain friends always attract crazy women. I'm like, dude, how the hell you always find the most craziest chick around? And me, I never attracted the ones that poke the holes in the tires. Because soon as I seen it, like I done dated some of those crazy chicks, and when I seen that crazy trigger, I'm like, ooh, I'm out of here. So, do you think it's a type of energy that you put out to attract the consistency of an abusive person? And like you said, the abuse don't have to be, this guy can be physically hitting you, and the next guy can be verbally abusing you, and the next guy can be mentally abusing you, and you're still being abused because you're kind of still wanting the same thing. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, now I'm going to tell you, this is the first time I've said this out in the open, but after I've done work with healing myself internally, I recognize where my issue came from. You know, like not having a solid male figure in my life gave me a sense of wanting, you know, creating what it was I wanted in a man. And when I saw those qualities, that's what I went for. And it's like they became aware of my ability to be submissive before it was time for me to become submissive. And they use that to the best of their abilities. It's like it's like a bloodhound. They can sense what's in you and what they can get out of you. And once I started like the wounds of my own self and pulling out the core of what was causing me to be in pain, it started to show me more about myself. So I had to go through a self-healing process and just start to recognize what is it in me that causes me to attract these type of people, because it has to be some type of hurt from long ago, in which it was. And part of the thing that started to shift that was my dad wasn't in my life growing up. However, when he did decide to come back and be a father, we had a really deep conversation about him not being there and the reaction that it left on me as a little girl. And mending that relationship as an adult with the kid, it made me more open to hearing his perspective and things that he tried and he was afraid of when it came to being a parent. Because I was his first kid. And so learning all of that, it started to feel something in me. That started to fill the void of not having him growing up. So when it happened to him, it just opened the door of, you know, why do I feel this way? Because, you know, we never want to ask ourselves the hard questions. We don't want to purposely cause pain on ourselves. So we can see something that's really beautiful and still find the flaws in it because it's something there that we don't like, not recognizing that it's something in us that's making us feel that way. And it's like a healing process you have to go through, but you have to be willing to expose self to heal.
That's what I was about to say. Because the reason I can tell you has healed, you have grown spiritually, your energy, everything, is because you was able to verbally and openly say, I had a void with my father. I had daddy issues to a certain extent. And most people won't say that. They just, you know, you gotta be honest with yourself. Or if you an alcoholic, hey, I do drink excessively. I am physically abusive with my spouse or whatever it is. And that's one of the open steps. Because once you can say it, now you know the problem. It's like going to the doctor. They want to first see, all right, what's the history? What is your history? What's your history? Then you can try to go directly to the problem, and that's how you can solve it.
Exactly. And I have like three words that I always tell my clients. You know, you have to honor how you feel. So honor is the first word. Release those emotions, meaning let it out.
Honor,
Honor, release, and grow.
And grow. I love that. See, this interview could be long as all get out because as we go in my mind, I'm thinking of a lot of different things. But so we won't give everybody all of it, but this is some good stuff. I want to know. So, if I'm a new client, I'm a new client. I've been in an abusive relationship. I contact you. How do the process go? Because for somebody that's first time in an abusive relationship, you don't want to be open about it. You're embarrassed. You never thought you would be this way. So how does this work?
First thing first, I most definitely, well, when you call in, there's an intake process. We make sure you're able to speak. If you're able to speak and then circumstances change and you're not able to speak, we give you a code word that you will say when it's no longer safe for you to speak. And we'll go into acting like we're somebody else on the phone and like, okay, have a nice day, stuff like that. Or telemarketer or something.
And you would have to be in that type of situation to know that. That's like that. As soon as you said that, that's genius. Like, yeah, okay, all right, keep on going. That's legit.
And so, if you're still able to speak, we'll just ask certain questions to pull it out. And we have a person that handles that. I try not to handle so much intake because I'm really spiritual, so I can sense when there's something there, like really deep. And when I don't know what it is, but when people talk to me directly, it's like a breaking point. And so through the intake process, you'll answer a series of questions, and they'll be authentic and true, telling you everything dealing with the organization, what it is we do, and how we can assist you as far as like getting you into a home and going through with the following steps as far as one-on-one therapy, group therapy, life skill crisis, things like that. And when I have one-on-one time with any client, I always just go back to, tell me about you. And, most people don't want to open up to you like that until you give them something to work with. So I always just put it out there, be myself, and let them know, look, I was there. I know I have the scars to show you. Any scar that's on me, I can tell you where it came from. And when you can be authentic and true with another person, it opens them up to connecting with you because now they know that you've been where they are and you're not going to judge them because, dang, you were able to get out of it and you're here helping me now. I wonder what I can do by listening to you or having you in my corner for support. What can it lead me to? So it's like my purpose is to serve people in the position, but my purpose is going to perpetuate because it's going to allow them to come out of there, walk into healing, and they're going to start to reach out and grab the next person.
That is an amazing concept. I love it. It is probably one of the most important interview. It is the most important interview I've done so far because the way you can help people, you actually can save lives. And that's not just being cliche, that is actually real because I have seen somebody close to me die off of domestic violence. You have seen your own father, and I've been with you throughout that process. Remember, like it was yesterday. So I have to say this. You talked to me on the phone. I had a 16-hour drive from Virginia to Memphis, and you talked to me on the phone. Like, you're gonna be okay. You've always been like the cheerleader. Yep.
Like you're gonna be okay, man. Come on. Get your head in the game. Get straight. Think straight. So it's like, and that's made me realize, the most important thing in any friendship with me is the mental stability of the person that I'm dependent on or that I'm leaning to for validation or some type of reassurance. And you're definitely one of those people because you have a mental state that is really stable, and you're not like, oh, you're wrong for this. You'll tell somebody when they're wrong, don't get me wrong, but your mental state is stable enough to say, you know what, I have an overflow of knowledge and wisdom, so let me enlighten you on something that's going to help you have stability.
And the way, especially when it comes down to death, because first I worked at a cemetery as a family service counselor. So working there and being around it, I got a different ideology and experience with it. Then next, it was the process of going through it. When I had my grandmother die, my grandfather, my dad, and the way I am, it's the same thing. It's just people, you already sad, you already don't know what to do, you hurt, and people just, oh my God, it's so bad, and it just bring you down and you back crying. So I'm like, if I'm going to bring anything to somebody, I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm giving you the energy. I'm going to make you laugh. You can cry with me because I already know everybody else is already just, oh my God, and it's completely, we about to talk about some good times. We about to laugh. We're going to joke. And
but it was most definitely appreciated at that time. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. That's what good relationships are for, to be able to pick each other up when you're in need. Like, for real. That is amazing. So how can people reach out to you?
We have a website. The website is lovemeleaveme2.com, or Facebook, Lenise Metcalf, Instagram, Love Me Enough to Leave, or this is the hashtag world. If you do hashtag iSpeakDV, it's like saying I speak domestic violence.
Oh, okay. Why you ain't say that? Shit, everybody, people about to be hashtagging all the rules.
It's I speak domestic violence, but instead of putting domestic violence, it's just DV. Yeah.
Good
But if you
stuff.
hashtag that, everything about me, everything about us definitely comes up. Reach out, even if it's just to have somebody to talk to know, like, donate. How can I donate? How can I be a part? How can I become an advocate? We do community events, family events, like we host advocate education seminars, all of this.
Now, do y'all have the donation option on the website? Because I know people, after they hear this, definitely love to donate towards a cause, because when you got a non-profit, people don't understand, a lot it's hard to get funding for certain things, and you're doing a lot of help. And really, the donations is really, definitely always needed and wanted.
Right, we do. Once you go to the website, you'll go to like the contact tab, and if you scroll down, there's a selection where you can go and donate, and it's all through PayPal. So
that is perfect. I love PayPal. Definitely secure. So I appreciate you. We would definitely follow up, and we would get this interview uploaded. Any last things you'd like to say to the people?
One thing, an abuser is only an abuser when they don't realize they're abuser. Hold them accountable.